Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Talking on Tour, the podcast where we go behind the scenes with the incredible actors taking Broadway across the country. Today, I am joined with, dare I say, the queen of Hairspray, Niki Metcalf. Niki, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fabulous. Thank you so much for talking with me today. I'm super excited, and we've got the blue going,
I
so we're
know,
feeling
yeah.
good. We're
Sounds
matching.
really great.
It's going to be a good time. I'm so excited to be chatting with you all about Hairspray. Hairspray is one of those musicals where I think it brings me so much joy with like just happiness from the start to the finish, but also with a little bit of, real world, topics and issues and heartwarming factors. I think that make it such a great musical. So I just wanted to kind of start off with you've been in the show a lot. Like I
Yeah,
said, you are the queen of
I've worn
Hairspray.
that wig quite a few times, and I
The
love.
I need to know, we'll get there, but I'm so curious to know if it's heavy, but we will get there. We will cross that bridge. I'm so curious. But I just want to start. Can you take us back to the very first time that you played the iconic Tracy Turnblad? And just tell me about the experience from auditions to finding out you got that role
Yeah,
for the first time.
I actually have like quite a long story with Hairspray. It all started actually in sixth grade for me. I
Wow.
I had a thing called a lip sync at my school where
Okay.
get up as sixth graders and like lip sync to songs. It would be sort of like a
Fun.
talent show, but lip
Okay.
syncing.
Yeah.
Me deciding that I wanted to do musical theater when I grew up, I was like, no, I'm gonna actually sing. So I decided to sing Good Morning Baltimore, and it was the first time I sang it for an audience. I
Yeah.
had the wig, the outfit. My mom painted this little backdrop for me. She actually surprised
Cute.
me and came out as Edna Turnblad, and
No way. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
That's so special. You'll never forget that.
Yeah, so I mean, Hairspray has kind of always been in my life. It was the first show, it sounds so corny, but the first show that I really saw myself in.
Yeah.
I wanted to be an actor, but I didn't quite know where I would fit.
Fall. Yeah.
And it inspired me and showed me that there was someone out there who was like me and like not only were they out there succeeding, but also, playing a role that is the leading lady. I feel like normally when you see curvier girls or, curvier people, they are put as just the comedic relief. And
Yeah.
oh, I love being funny, and Tracy can be very as well.
Yes, definitely.
Amazing for me to see growing up, and it's
Yeah.
part of why I thought that I had a chance at doing this. I loved the
Yeah.
movie growing up, both, the the
Yes.
musical version and also like the 88 original
Yes.
John Waters movie with Ricky
Yeah.
Lake.
Oh my
I've
gosh.
all of it. So Hairspray was always something that was like my ultimate dream.
Yeah.
So in 2020, I actually got cast as Tracy for Royal Caribbean's production, like out at sea. And I
Wow.
was a few months, into rehearsals for that before, of course, COVID hit.
Yes. What an interesting timeline to be.
I was 2 weeks away from boarding.
Okay.
So I end up going out to sea. I was just finishing up rehearsals. But during that
Hmm.
time, the infamous Hairspray open call was happening in New York
Okay.
City. So I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I ended up taking a chance and emailing the casting director and saying, hey, is there any way I can get a tape for this? It's for the original creators. I am such a fan of this show. I just got cast, for this other production, but I would love to at least be in consideration for, you know, the future seasons or
Yeah.
anything. So I
Right.
ended up sending a tape. Like my cast from the ship was helping me
Oh,
film my
sweet.
tape.
Yeah.
Ended up getting a call back before COVID shut everything down, before we were sent home, before everything was shut down.
Right.
Kind of every 6 months we would get an email from the touring casting people and saying, hey, are you still interested, like we're pushing it to this date, and then 6 months later we're pushing it to this date, and it was like a
Hmm.
year and a half later before auditions really started to open up again, but this time they were all virtual. So I
Wow.
actually didn't end up going in person at all to audition for the
Crazy.
all through virtual tapes, and
Yeah.
then like the final on Zoom.
What so I'm not a musical theater, like I'm in school. I'm not studying musical theater. I have no talent. You don't want to see me dance, so hear me sing, but I love being a part of the community in a different way. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this podcast. And I'm so curious, how was navigating auditioning through like what we're doing through Zoom? How
It was the
was
most
that?
bizarre experience because I mean, before COVID, I had, in school practice sending a tape in
Right,
to, but it was not as big as it was now. I feel like at least most of at least first rounds of auditions are
right.
on. So you really
Yeah.
get familiar with watching yourself over and over.
Yeah,
Try not to
definitely.
be picky. Yeah, it was really interesting. Um, and it just made it all the better to actually be in the room in October when we finally did start
Yeah.
rehearsals. And even in July when I first met Andrew Levitt, Nina
Hmm.
West, and
Yes. Wow.
were my motor mouth and Edna for the
Hmm.
first time for that Playbill announcement
Yeah.
article.
That is
Yeah.
so cool. Were you like just ready for that moment? I'm sure after like the anticipation, everything. What was that day? If you remember, what was that day like?
Yes,
That was
I
a
mean,
long time ago.
I got the email, and I should not. I do not condone this. I
Okay.
checked my email. I got a notification while I was driving. I saw I saw an
Okay.
email blasting, so I pulled over.
Of course.
Of course, got to be.
Yes. Yes.
So I couldn't believe that I had gotten it. It just like I felt really good.
Hmm.
I was nervous though because I mean this is just such a big thing to
Yeah.
tour. Like I hadn't done like anything really big beforehand. I
Right.
was auditioning on my own. I didn't have representation at that point. I was just like kind of advocating for myself and
Yeah.
hoping for the best because I love this show and this role
Yeah.
to have a dream come true like that. It completely changed my life.
And it's still like to this, it's still in your
Still
life. Like
does.
I
Yeah.
saw you in the regional production at Theater by the Sea in Matunic, Rhode Island, which is the cutest barn, tiny little
Love
theater. It
it.
has been there for so long, and it is. I go every summer. I have a subscription to the 4 shows that they do. It's just the best. But you in that performance, I had to go back twice there, you're in it the whole time. Like your energy and just the effect that Tracy that you have on the audience, like it was audible when like those moments in the show happen, and it was that's why I had to come back again. And I had to bring new people because everyone needs to see. I think Hairspray can relate to everyone. I think everyone needs to see this
I
show.
I mean, especially right now, and it's kind of good that everyone and their mother is doing a production of Hairspray
Yeah.
because it is unfortunately a very relevant,
Yeah.
topic. It is full of love and full of song and dance, and it's funny.
Yes. Definitely.
It has loud and crazy costumes.
Hmm.
It's got everything in a musical comedy that you could ask for, but it also has the heart. And unfortunately, we all still need to be reminded that we are better, having our differences come together. And if that makes sense. And
Yeah. No, absolutely. I agree 100%.
there is just so much craziness going on in the world right now. And it's sometimes really hard to not just get wrapped up in that. And of course, we want to do something, but my way of trying to do something is to bring lightness and joy and
Yeah.
and hopefully inspire people to change through, in a
Yeah.
show like Hairspray
Yeah.
is able to do
Definitely.
that as
Yeah.
well.
You do
Um,
that also as you as Nikki through your social media. I'm so serious. I since last summer I followed you on social media. When I started this, I thought of you right away, but I love your content. It is just like you. It's just so joyful and so upbringing, whether it's Hairspray related or not. Like I just think that's like you said what the world needs, and I think that's also why theater is so important in touring theater, right? Because we're
yes.
bringing theater everywhere. Broadway doesn't only exist in New York. And that's
And
why I
that's
think,
so exciting about touring too, was bringing theater to everyone and bringing this
Yes.
show to everyone. And it it definitely felt like it was received differently in different places.
Yeah,
But
I bet.
yeah, I mean, we just have to be real about that. It's
Right.
definitely received differently.
Yeah.
But I was so proud to share this story. And
Yeah.
it's a story that, I love returning to. So being able to return to Matunic and do it at Theater by the Sea with a whole new group of incredibly talented, wonderful people, different director, different staging, different,
Small stage, very small stage for a big production like that.
production. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's so cool to see those different interpretations,
I mean, it
come to life like that.
it was so exciting. And then to approach it, to know that, I feel like I know Tracy. I know her, but also getting to discover parts of her just based on the other people that I was with, these new incredibly talented people, and
Right.
everyone I've worked with has been so amazing, but it's just like to be able to revisit a role that feels like a second skin
Yeah.
and to be able to experience it in a totally new way.
Hmm.
So exciting. And it brought out parts of her that were so different from what
Yes.
I saw on tour, and
Right.
it's what's so exciting about live theater. I can
Yeah. I I think what is that you are answering every I haven't even looked at my questions, even looked because
I
I
know
was
how
just
you got it,
I was just gonna ask how you kind of already answered it. How has your interpretation of Tracy evolved over time? Are you keeping it consistent? Or what has that been like for you to kind of develop her as you're going?
Yeah, I'm sure some things are pretty similar and they might look pretty similar
Hmm.
to an audience member, like objectively.
Right.
But I will say again, it just what I wanted to bring when I knew I was doing a new production of Hairspray, I wanted to throw out any preconceived thought of who I think how she's supposed to be. How is she, generally I feel like again, I know her pretty well, so I had to trust that the essence of her would still be there, but
Yeah.
I wanted to trust myself to discover it with new actors and a
Right.
new director who could, show me differently and has different visions of what we could bring out in this show, which was so different and it's so fascinating to me. It was, yeah, Chris Campbell, he was amazing, the director.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, I mean, how was your time at Theater by the Sea? Was that
I
your
loved
first
it.
time in Rhode Island, or had you been to Rhode Island before?
Actually, I've been to, oh my gosh, why am I forgetting the name? Newport. I've been to
Yes.
Newport.
Okay.
I went like quite a few times, like over the summers with my mom and my sister for a few
Gorgeous
days.
spot.
Yeah, so I loved the ocean, and I've actually wanted to work at Theater by the Sea for quite a few years now. So when I finally got it, and then also to be again returning to Tracy, it was just so much
So
fun.
exciting. Like a pinch me, like I can't
Yeah,
wait.
like I knew I navigated a lot of learning about myself on tour because I'm also like a few years older. It's
Hmm.
navigating myself as a human and then also like trusting myself as a performer to lead a show.
Yeah.
I learned a lot of that on tour, also navigating the world of COVID, like
Right.
post-COVID.
Right.
Um, so returning to Hairspray, which is still such an important story to tell,
Hmm.
having this extra like assuredness about myself and like
Hmm.
knowing myself more, I could trust and then also let myself have fun.
Yes. I mean, because from the audience perspective, it looks like you're having the time of
Oh
your
my
life.
gosh.
It's
It
kind of like if I could be in a show, I don't know if this is like theater braggy, I would love to be in Hairspray. I could see myself being in that show. It's just so much fun. And like you said, the costumes, the wigs,
still
that
enjoy it. Our group of people that we had this summer and like even like the casts that I've had on tour, it's just
Mhm.
bond. Like Hairspray brings people together. I'm literally
Yeah.
going to be a bridesmaid for my Amber from season one. I just
Oh,
like, yeah,
hey.
like Hairspray brings us together forever.
That's so special.
And I
Oh,
know these people at from Theater by the Sea are going to be in my life forever.
yeah.
It's
Wow.
it's just one of those shows and it's
Yeah,
just so special and
that's
yeah,
oh my
I
gosh.
really like it.
That's that's incredible. That's like Hairspray does that and also just theater, Broadway, and then touring theater. We're bringing that love and community
Yep.
everywhere. You
And
all
that's
are.
what I
That's
hope with audience members too. Just
yeah,
like to open people's minds, be like, oh, maybe I can do something and like bring more joy and
right.
maybe I can be compelled to like how can I take action to make the world better? It just
Yeah.
yeah, I
It's
love it
important.
and I want to
Yeah.
do more.
Yes. Hairspray will be in your life forever. Forever. It is not going anywhere, even if it wanted to. It couldn't.
Well,
That is, oh my gosh. Okay, so is a very demanding role and
yeah.
you're in everything like we said. How do you take care of your voice, your body while playing such a high energy role? And you could tell me about any time you've been on Tracy as a whole.
Oh
Whenever
yeah.
whenever you want to talk about Tracy, whenever that era was, how do you take care of yourself?
I mean, I had to learn a lot, and I
Yeah.
feel like I sort of got the hang of it by the time I was at Theater by the Sea.
Okay.
But my 2 years on tour, I learned so much.
Hmm.
Tracy, luckily, like score wise, vocally, like felt pretty good, but also the first time I was doing 8 shows a week.
Right.
It
Yeah.
wasn't like the score that was necessarily taxing on my voice, it was how much she spoke. And it was
Interesting.
in here, I guess I have like a higher pitch now, but like in like everyday life, I speak lower than
Okay.
he sits. So it's kind of funny, navigating that. I mean, a good vocal warm up, rest. I especially on tour, like I didn't get to do a lot of like the fun going out or things because I had to go home and rest. I knew I had a show the
Yeah.
next day. I needed to save my voice and be able to do the 2.5 hour show where she has like what,
Right.
maybe 10 minutes? Um,
Maybe.
maybe. So, yeah, it was definitely a learning experience, but then also like emotionally learning how to find the balance as well. I feel like I was not as good about the balance on tour because I would, lock myself in my hotel room and then
Yeah.
that's fun of that. Like I was having the most fun while I was on stage, which
Right.
I love being on stage, but also you are like being an artist and an actor is only one part of me. And I had to
Right.
learn how to fuel and really honor the other human parts of me.
Yeah,
So it's
definitely.
finding that balance and it took a long time. I was better about it on season 2 for sure. The
Hmm.
schedule also um easier with,
Hmm.
week sits rather than one nighters every,
Right. Yeah.
city to city every day.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and I'm still learning and I'm still like figuring out as an artist that balance. But I think I
Yeah.
really found a better balance once, I was in Matunic doing it,
Yeah.
just trusting myself. I know this material. Let's honor, like, let's go out and you're allowed to go out and hang out with friends and have a good night.
Yes, definitely. I was gonna say, I feel like that's like never gonna be a perfect process. You know what I mean? I think that that's gonna be a learning
Day.
thing
It's
forever.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's making sure I mean, sleep, drink a lot of water,
Right.
really hydrate yourself, always warm up, and, those basic things. But it's also like, how can I fuel my soul as well?
Right.
That's not, but
'Cause
it's
that's
just like,
you are a priority just as
yeah,
much as the
exactly.
show.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not able to be an actor and like bring what I want to bring and do what I want to do if I am not honoring all parts of myself, not just like
Right.
Nikki who plays
Right.
Tracy.
Right. Nikki has many, many layers. She's not just Tracy, she's Nikki as well. I love it. I think that's so important. So what is one piece of advice you would give to someone who is auditioning for touring roles, Broadway as a whole, theater by the sea, to
Yeah,
kind of maintain your mental health, physical health? What's like your number one piece of advice?
I think
Sum it all
maybe,
up.
yeah, there's a lot of things, but maybe find a routine or find like one thing that you love that you can tap into every day.
Hmm.
I am someone I love to read. I am literally on
Oh,
about my
okay.
first book of this year already.
Wow. Wow.
Like find something that you can just hold for yourself like a half hour a day or on the subway I'm listening to a new book.
Yeah,
Find something that you can have as your routine, whether that be like a full morning routine, whether that just be reading or
right.
a craft or
Yeah.
anything that you like to do, that you can just like find your way back to yourself. I think that would be my number one thing because
I'm
it
taking that advice for my day to day.
yes,
That is, I'm writing
yes,
that down. That is in
yeah,
my, I
I
love
forgot
it.
it. I forgot it while I was on tour, and it
Yeah.
just coming back to myself was like just one of the best things I could have done, and just like it
Yeah.
just I feel like I can perform better like both as an actor and as a person
Hmm.
doing that
Yeah.
and more.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Awesome. Everyone, take that advice. Take that advice and run with it because that's incredible. That's awesome that you're able to see that like personal growth from day one to now and just really like verbalize it and being aware of it, I think is also huge to help your mental health, physical health, all the above. So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I thought it would be super fun to wrap up with rapid fire questions
All right.
if you are up for it.
Oh, I'm game. Let's do it.
I knew you would be. All right. One thing you must have in your dressing room at all times.
I have a little crystal. I'm actually looking at them right now. I have like little crystals. Um, and I have a carnelian that's of an angel
Mhm.
and it's for my grandma. Yeah, I her
Wow.
Sunday before she passed. I have a tattoo of her
Wow.
handwriting. I and I'm looking at it right now. It's a little carnelian angel. She always called me her angel.
Oh,
That.
oh, so special. So she's with you everywhere. I love that. That's incredible. Hardest number in the show. I know it's an
Honest.
annoying
Okay.
theater question.
Fire as I'm like slowing down. So the hardest stretch of the show is Good Morning Baltimore through 60s. If I
Okay.
got to the end of 60s, I'm like, oh, I'm good because then B just runs on adrenaline.
Hmm.
But I would say like B is the obvious answer, but it's
Hmm.
that chunk Baltimore through end of 60s.
Okay. That's an answer.
Yeah,
I can't even tend to relate to what you feel during that. So I believe you.
just a marathon.
Another classic theater question. Dream role outside of Hairspray, or are you more so just whatever happens, happens, whatever comes next, going with the flow?
That, but then also I want to do new works. I want to originate roles. I want to be the first person so that people playing the role after me like look like me and like they're looking for someone who looks like me. It just yeah, I want to do more new work.
Yes.
I also am such a Disney girl, so I would
Okay, so
do a Disney on Broadway show. I would love to play Anna or Olaf in Frozen.
I see
I
it.
would put both of them on Belle and Beauty and the Beast because I love to read. Um,
Her voice gives Anna. I feel like she's very elegant and like, but also can like flip it and be like intense. Like you are such an Anna. I really see that.
I would love it. I would
Oh my
love it.
gosh.
Yeah, any of that or like classical. I love to sing soprano, so also any like classic soprano because I never really get to do that.
Yeah. Oh my
I know
gosh.
like five answers for
No,
each.
I'd rather five than one. This is great. Rapid fire questions, to be honest, end up taking longer than the rest of the
Great.
questions.
Yeah,
So
I'm like
that's fine.
whatever's coming out of my brain, I'm just letting it.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Favorite line Tracy says, because like we said, she says a lot. So if
Ooh.
you had to, I'm going to make you pick a favorite line.
Favorite line, favorite line. It's cool. I'll eat some breakfast, then change the world.
Incredible answer. That might
Yeah,
be my favorite. How can that not be
well,
your
for
favorite line?
like that would be like the favorite. Yeah. Yep.
Done. Rapid fire. This is not hairspray related at all. Are you more of an Alphaba or Glinda?
Ooh, I used to think Alphaba. I think I'm more of a Glinda.
Interesting. What made you switch?
I I'm honestly kind of afraid of singing Alphaba. I need to do it. I think in like if I compared myself to like my little sister, I would be like an Elphaba or an Elsa. And then
Uh-huh.
in any other situation, I'm an Anna or a Glinda.
Wow, I love that we just separated them like that into those two like
Yeah.
categories. That's perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you. Rapid fire questions. How do you feel? They weren't too rapid fire.
Oh, there we- yeah, no, because I was just like five things.
Yeah.
That was
Oh my gosh, I had a great time. I think I would be more of a alphabet, not from performance perspective, just because I can't pull off paint at all.
fun.
So
I don't mind
no.
that.
Oh,
I don't
well, thank you, but no. So I think I would be alphabet just because I like green and like black and darker colors when I'm getting dressed. But like, let's pretend I'm really, really talented. I would feel like I would rather sing alphabas. I like
um
no good deed. As one of my
yeah,
favorites, but
like
we don't even
like
have to worry
the
about
Alpha Moon or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Wow. I wonder what they are. I'm gonna
I
look
don't
that up
know,
after this
right?
interview. Yeah, that's so interesting, actually. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, Nikki, that's it. That's the end of the inter. I had such an incredible time talking with you. It was such a highlight of my week. I really appreciate your time, and I am a forever fan of you now. I hope everyone watching, you are now going to follow Nikki's journey from Hairspray and beyond because it's one to be a part of. I'm going to be there at when you win your Tony for originating your original role. I will be there and I will be supporting you from afar. So thank you so much, Nikki, for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, of course. It was a pleasure. I will talk to you all next time. Thank you so much. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Bye, Nikki.